got a tight game here, 27-15. The two teams playing here, Belleville in the dark jerseys and West Bloomfield in the white uniforms. And this is the regionals in Division I. And this game was held back on November 16th of the year 2019. And the band is performing. It's getting near the end of the game, and West Bloomfield has to do some work here. There's a hanky on the play there. Well, another hanky on the play. Looks like yet another hanky. And we're all proud to be American. Turned out to be a fairly nice day. All right, here's the band again. They got a good band here at Belleville. Right about, well, just before here, the battery on my camcorder died, so I missed a touchdown pass. This is the point after extra attempt, so, and the touchdown was right in front of me. I was kicking myself. But, well, he kicked it through. It's up, and it's good. And that certainly tightens the game up here with 1:54 left, 27-22. So the West Bloomfield Lakers, their fan base is excited. Here's the onside kick. You'd almost think they won the game, but they got that onside kick. It went 10 yards, and it was recovered by a Lakers. So with 1:52, they can still do some damage. Certainly a touchdown could win the game for them. Don't even have to worry about that extra point attempt. So everyone was getting a little nervous here on the Belleville side of the field, including the band, but this was held on Belleville's home field. And then we got some train action. I love train action. This is awesome. Long trains. Oh my gosh, it came at a critical time in the game. It's 3rd down and 19. Of course, this is 4-down territory. Just a little too long, but there's Hankey on the field. Oh, that looks like the end of the train there. 3rd and 4. Okay. Horrible camera work on my part, but incomplete pass, and another sack. All right, 4th and 16. It comes down to this play right here. Everybody's excited. Here we go. Belleville takes over on downs, and the band, they're enjoying this. The way it's going to end. Belleville 27, West Bloomfield 22. A well-played game. Geez, one play, one way or the other, and it could have been a different result. God, that guy's a big boy, number 78. I thought the band would play on en route back to the field house, but they were quiet. But they had a great halftime show. Unfortunately, I missed all that. But Lord willing, we'll see next year. I'll catch that band. Here, the Belleville coach and the trophy for the regionals. Yeah, this was not a Friday night football. This was a Saturday afternoon game. But Belleville, well, both schools have a great program here. West Bloomfield's been in the playoffs for a few years. And I think a lot of that's all got to do with coaching. When you got a good program year in and year out, that's a lot of coaching there, I think. Makes a huge difference. But the Belleville faithful are going to go home happy. Here on well, the sun was peeking through. I had to park way out this way. Belleville gets, they're in the Van Buren School District, so it's not just the city of Belleville. They get the surrounding township area. I'm going to park in a park here, kind of in the center of town. And I'm going to walk up the steps of the gazebo here because they had a Christmas tree. And it's got lights on it. It's powered up. So a little bit later in the show, we'll be able to see this lit up. But this is the Rotary Club that is presenting this. And they have a playground for kids 5 to 12. So that playground is not good for me. I've got that beat by many years over. Anyways, they have a statue here of Rene Robert Cavalier. And in the spring of 1680, LaSalle traversed this area. Well, there's some history here. This is a crazy intersection. There's 5 streets that kind of meet up through here, so it's an interesting traffic light. And they're proud to be American. I always look for that. Here's that intersection right there in the center of Belleville. In the park, there's that green space. Now, if I it's hard. I was trying to orient it north-south, but they still had the Halloween decorations up, and certainly you could switch over to Christmas because with the snow, boy, that came on us quick. That's the police station there. But I'm going to head north on Main Street, and we'll check out Belleville. And with these, with the computer and all that, the internet, Frosty, boy, they weren't open. It was a little too cold for all that. They got a Mr. Goofy's Car Wash. Yeah, they're patriotic here, and they're welcoming you to the city. It's certainly downtown on the lake. In the summer season, boy, the boats will be out. It's quite something. And so we'll check out. They got a flower shop that's got some team spirit. The planes are flying. We just had an election, kind of a minor off-year election. Not much happened. Here, coming soon, they have something to look forward to here. And, some people, Christmas decorations were up there. So now I've made it to downtown Belleville, and they have an Irish pub. Yes. All right, here's the clock, and we're accurate. We are on time. And they got a slogan out here, so they've been around since 2013. Help wanted, no Irish need apply. Wow, I wonder if that includes the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Wow, interesting. Well, I wanted to look over their menu here because all that football action's made me hungry now. Club sandwich looked good, but I opted here for the Philly cheesesteak. That's what I'm going to do. With a side, I think it comes with the fries. That's part of the gig. So there it was. It was good stuff. Here's a map of Ireland. Next door, they have another eating establishment and bar. This one's called the Bayou Grill. So it's got that southern theme to it. Nice street lights here. Yeah, it gets dark like at 5:30 these days once we did that time change. Spring forward, we fell back. But, 5:30. We're coming up on the shortest day of the year. It'll be like December 20th or 21st, somewhere around there. They got hot dogs here. And they do a thing with license plates. You see that quite often. People will save their old plates and do something. Across the street, Benito's, 99 cents a slice. Fresh and ready. I like the brickwork over here. And I headed north up so I could get a view of the lake where friends meet friends. I'll stop in there just for a second on my way back just to warm up. And because they're open, why not? But here is the welcome sign downtown on the lake. And they still got their pumpkins going. And they got the wind chimes. And they got ducks on the lake. Yeah, in the summertime, wow, there's a lot of pleasure craft out here. Some of them will dock up to the establishments. And, yeah, Denton Road goes across there. It's kind of interesting. It really is the Huron River, but the way they dam it up and so forth, it makes these lakes and so forth. And come summertime, a lot of people will be out there enjoying it. But because of the bridges, you can't have monster yachts or anything. They have to be the relatively middle-of-the-road pleasure craft. They have some fairly new homes that were built here. I don't know how many years, probably within the last 10, I'm guessing. All right, so this is bar time. Usually it's like, well, that's bar time, 6:32. But I stepped inside to warm up. They need to update the calendar because it is the 16th of November. And they got rules here. So obey the rules, and then if the wife calls, she could hit you up big if you got to go by those rates. Ball off the table. It's $1 for the jukebox, so keep it on the table. But that looked like a double shot there. But I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to get involved in all that. Not my business. Okay. Yeah, well, there was a good Big Ten football game on. Minnesota's having quite the year. But they ended up losing that game. I think it was Iowa they lost to. All right. So I'm going to head back to where I parked, near that park down there. But Johnny's on the Lake. This place does a real good business in the summertime. The boats will dock right out in the back there, cozy up, and then they'll come in and have something to eat and drink and enjoy themselves. So on this Saturday evening, they were doing a pretty decent business. Then just around the way was a nice eagle and a nice memorial here to all the veterans that have served. There's the seal for Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and the fifth branch of the military here is the Air Force. In no particular order, but clockwise, I guess. Imagine what's possible, yes. They got a museum, and the library is under construction. This looks like it'll be pretty nice when it's all said and done. Yeah, with the internet, I went online. I guess I meant to say this earlier, talking about the internet. But I questioned myself as to what the population of Belleville was. And the best I can tell from like the 2018 census, or like an estimate, 3,885 residents. I thought it was more than that, but that must be the city proper, which is just maybe 1 square mile, if not less than that. And the city of Chelsea, I checked into that also, because I was out in Chelsea for a game out there when Chelsea played Allen Park. Chelsea has 5,474 residents, give or take. That's, of course, estimated. Hey, smiley face. Art is everywhere. That art will melt away, though. Or emoji. Yeah, Frosty Boy, they were not open. And they call it 5 points for this crazy intersection where 5 roads come together. They have a mini mart, and just around the way is an A&W. And they have hand-breaded chicken tender sliders. That sounds good. Pumpkin spice. That sounds good. Spicy Papa Burger. and mini polar swirls, among other things that are available at the A&W. You can do the drive-through thing. Some nice homes, older homes, kind of like farmhouses. They got the nice porches. Those were the current gas prices. All right, made it back to the park, and the Christmas tree is lit up. The gazebo's lit up, and that's where I parked. So I'm going to head for home. Got the key in hand. And the website is det.com. And at the end of the show, I'm going to promote the Holiday Train a little bit. But if you want to know about the Holiday Train, go to det.com. And at the top, I have a link to last year's show that shows video of the Holiday Train. But if you want to see it live, that Holiday Train is going to roll into Windsor on Saturday, November 30th. Oh, this is a little bonus extra. With all the snow and stuff, people were doing the snowmen. So this was a nice snowman. Somewhere in Dearborn, I won't say exactly where, but I got a few snippets here, and we're going to go. Oh, this one, I had a hankering for chicken, and I like some of these advertising signs. So here's a chicken with a top hat on, and yeah, art is everywhere, and well, it's part advertising too, to have a big lit up chicken right here on Telegraph. So if you're driving by and you see this chicken, you're thinking, yeah, I have a hankering for chicken kind of thing. But I don't think I ever stopped here before, but I liked the logo. It was either that or Del Taco. And I said, okay, let's do the chicken. Okay, then I slept real good, apparently. And then, Channel 7, this is getting into the holiday spirit and all that. Channel 7 did this on Friday, November 22nd, just before 8 p.m., and I missed the actual flipping of the switch. It happened just moments before I showed that. But for the city of Detroit, yes, the dream is now. And there's a lot of excitement going on, certainly with the city and what's happening. I think we've reached that tipping point now, which is a good thing. Okay, again, the website, det.com. Now, I parked way out here, but because I got the free parking, I'm going to swing back around to pick up the car, but I'm going to get me a sub, too. I had a hankering for mushroom steak and cheese. But, okay, we're going to stay with the football theme here. We'll take a look at Westbourne, though, Village Plaza. This is going to be a semifinal matchup that we're going to watch. I'm going to cross over the Lower Rouge River here. And the last show we saw a train in action here at Dearborn High, where this semifinal game will be held. We're going to catch some plane action. Now I got to find a high school where I can get some boat action. I want to see a high school that's near the river, and maybe overlooks the Detroit River, and I can see a boat. I don't know if such an animal exists or not. But, okay, I'm here at the game, made it halftime. This is the River Rouge Marching Band. To catch the second half of this game. Chelsea's the home team, probably based on a higher point total. All right. And the Dearborn Police, boy, they got money from drug forfeiture funds to get the police cars. How about that? So a tribute to 9/11, and they get their cars from Ford Motor. Kind of makes sense. Dearborn is all about Ford Motor Company. All right, River Rouge, they're one of the teams hosting. Channel 4 was out here. Chelsea is their opponent. Now, they upped the ante. It's $8 now to get in for the semifinal. And if you go to mhsaa.com, that's the website. So this is Division 3, semifinal 2. Robert Bridges, he was a track coach. His brother, Jack Bridges, coached at Etzel Ford, where I went to school. So he coached me track and field. But that's just a side note. Who gives a flying duck, right? But anyways, here's the second half kickoff. River Rouge is kicking off to Chelsea. Chelsea has the gold helmets, the dark jerseys, and the light pants. And boy, got nowhere fast on that return. He's inside the 10. Yeah, at this point, Chelsea was undefeated on the year. They've won 9 games in the regular season. I thought maybe he caught that, but no. The other side of the field was clapping. He must have dropped it. Look at this is a cool hat that young gentleman has. But, yeah, Chelsea 9-0 in the regular season. They won 3 games to make it here, so they're 12-0. I think River Rouge had 1 loss, maybe 2, if I'm not mistaken. But expect this game to be a defensive battle. But here we are. Chelsea is up 7. That's a Dearborn Pioneer, and River Rouge has 6. Or 0, I'm sorry. Golly. Concentrate on what I'm calling here. But yeah, 7-0 at half. And there's 7:19 left to go here in the third quarter.
Pass intended for Smith, broken up by 17.
And that pass was tipped away, a nice defensive play. Yeah, this is they do the semifinals at a neutral site, and over the years, Dearborn has hosted several of these games because I remember from years past. And this is about like 2 miles from my house, so it is so convenient. How could I not check this out? Even though Dearborn High School was our fiercest rival, I went to Dearborn Etzel Ford, and yeah, we had a little thing going on with those guys. But anyways, a lot of cities have that type action too. All right, well, Chelsea's moving the ball a little bit here. There was some good heavy hitting, and, well, there were a few hankies. We're going to walk this one back. Now, this guy came for bear. He's got the telephoto lens. He's got 2 auxiliary cameras on the side. He wasn't messing around. I have a Sony Hi8 camcorder that you can buy on eBay for under $100. It's a 2001 model, but it's worked for me over the years. It's just not that high definition. All right, 4th and whatever, and they decided they're going to punt. got the nice roll, and that's going to set the River Rouge Panthers back inside the 20. And the nickname for Chelsea is the Bulldogs. All right, so that's the end of the third quarter. We got a tight ball game here. This is Division III, and see the bus in the background? You can get here by Smart Bus, so you have no excuse. That is mass transportation that we have. And the lights aren't on. This is not Friday Night Football. The sun is on, but just barely through the clouds. I thought maybe they might turn the lights on, but you are now entering the dog pound. And the Chelsea, well, both groups of fans came en masse from both schools. Good following from Chelsea and from River Rouge. All right, they're on the move. It's first down. And number 4 is rumbling through. A little extracurricular at the end, but I think they call double penalties, double personal fouls. And now here they thought they recovered a fumble, but they said no, he was down. So River Rouge maintains possession. And the kicker is getting ready. He must have some inkling that we're getting close. I'm going to move a little bit closer to the action. Took it to the house. Pending the outcome of the extra point, we might have a tie ball game. It's up. And it's good. And yes, we do have a tie game, 7-7.
Including your own. The little leagues to the big leagues. Uniform Stadium. Fire knows
And the Kensington Lakes Athletic Association, they're doing the yard markers and so forth, but maybe the officiating also. Yeah, look at that telephoto lens. Man. Wow, probably can get those close-ups, huh? Probably can shoot it up at the moon and see if there's any extraterrestrials up there. It had that good of a zoom. Anyways, here the Bulldogs got the ball, and they don't go for tie games in high school. So they're looking to score here. Third down. All right, we get some more plane action. They were all afternoon long, one right after the other, making their approaches. So Detroit Metro Airport, one of the finest airports in the land. Kazawi ran it back for a touchdown, but you heard those whistles. So I'm thinking, well, wait a second. Something might be going down. And sure enough, way down there is a yellow hanky. So they're bringing it back. And yeah, here's another plane. That's a fairly large one. So we still got the tie game here. They're really going at it. No, that was a nice little run there, and you can see the River Rouge Panther fans are happy. They smell blood. Or is that too harsh? Maybe I shouldn't say it like that. They just want to win. And this is Dog Pride. Look on their helmets there. That's the first time I noticed that. But they were the Bulldogs. And they got quite tradition. Look at this. Number 4 just scored a touchdown, just rumbled through. And wow. All right, so we're going to go in the auxiliary yard here and hope that I can catch the extra point attempt. It's up. And it's good, but there were other people here already on to this. So I didn't get my hands on the ball there. But 14-7. The Panthers are in the lead, but there is still time left on the clock. Fourth and 15. Got it. And the Panthers will take possession. That pass was long, incomplete. And nothing left really but the clock to run out. Chelsea has no timeouts left. They burned through those to try to slow the clock down, which it did, but River Rouge wants to get a first down, and that will, I think they got it there, and that means there's nothing Chelsea can do. Yeah, 1st and 10, ball on the 6. And the Plains keep making their approach to Metro. Ooh, now that could have been trouble there. The quarterback kind of flipped it behind him, and if Chelsea recovered or started running with it, wow, that could have been a big faux pas. But they're just downing the clock, and here we go. This is going to be it, folks. So that's the way it was on Saturday, November 23rd. River Rouge Panthers win, and they will move on to play Muskegon Saturday night at Ford Field. That's going to be November 30th. I believe it's at 7:30 p.m. They will be the last of the 8 finals to play. There will be 4 games at Ford Field on Friday and 4 games on Saturday. And you can see the Panther fans. I don't know if they've ever made it to the finals. I just think they're an up-and-coming program in the last few years. And maybe they're going to establish some tradition. Here's the coach. That's the guy from Channel 4.
So when it all comes down to it, the players kept playing. They believed each other, they trusted each other, they loved each other, and we played a football game. I don't care what we did in the first half. All I care about is how we finished the game, which was with a win.
Sort of adjustments as you see with your team.
Trust each other, keep the quarterback in front of us, and let's cover a little bit better. Let's not give up any explosion plays and make sure that we got to force them to move the ball all the way down the field. The touchdown that they had in the first half, we ran a fake punt, so they had a short field. So we knew, hey, if we can kick the ball out deep and make them move the ball, let's see how good they are. Let's see how good they are.
How much stock do you take in these
Fans, look at the band. Look at all of these people. This is what high school football is about. These are alumni. These guys love this. So it just builds a community. So it gives us community behind us. The team is playing hard. Whoever we got to play, let's see how good they are. Let's see. Pre-game speech was very, very simple. I told you I needed alpha predators and apex predators. I needed men. I needed players. I needed animals. I needed soldiers. But ultimately, to win a game of this nature at the end, I needed Godzilla. I needed You guys needed some elements. You guys needed some come out your chest. You had to come up out your shell in the end and show everybody. We ain't done yet, baby. God has promised us. God has promised us one more game from here. I'll tell you one thing. I have enjoyed every single one of these with every single one of you young men and young ladies in this community. I love it all, man. I got one last thing to say, baby. It's a great day. We got it. Hey, I'm sorry. What's the tradition around?
And I like this. The coach gives a shout out to the band, and the players will run up there and do a little dance and perform with the band. And they are certainly part of the football experience. I like to say it's more than just a football game, and it certainly is. River Rouge, Michigan. I like the community. And River Rouge owns Zug Island. That is the coolest island, too. Uh-oh, they're trying to do the Gatorade thing. They just got to find the coach. Found the coach. An empty jug there. So I guess that's part of the experience. You got to get a little wet. Well, he took off his jacket. It was cold again on this particular day, but he's not feeling it. He's quite excited, the coach is there, with the performance of the team. This is AstroTurf. It's got those black chewed-up tires in there. They do a little advertising on the side here. That's part of what keeps things going. Pioneer Trading Post. I did not make it to the concessions here, though, but here are the prices. $2.50 for a cheese pizza, $5 for a chicken shawarma sandwich, if I'm pronouncing that right. They even had hand warmers. They even have pictures of what it all looks like. No pumpkin, no sunflower seeds, no gum. They want to keep that AstroTurf in pristine condition. One hell of a band, too. I went to a game earlier in the year, saw those guys perform at their home venue. They're awesome. Dearborn High School. This is where Russ Gibb went to high school. They have a great video program over here. The date and the time is accurate, so I'm within seconds where I need to be. There's a Dearborn Pioneer. And the band is loading up onto the bus. Nearby is Fire Station number 2. And the city of Dearborn, if you can read this, hometown of Henry Ford. There's that quadricycle there. It's a sewer cover. They recently did a big waste treatment thing or a pump station or whatnot over here. I think that's part of the flooding plan. If need be, they can pump water from hither to thither kind of thing. But here's that big station. It's quite an immense project. I know they were on it for a couple of years. I don't know how it all works out, but yep, this is the lower Rouge River. There was some wildlife flying off in the distance, but we'll take a look at the river. I had to traverse through here blazing my own trail, but it'd be nice if they had a nice nature trail. When I got home, I had all these prickly, sticky things stuck to all my clothing and pants and sweatshirt and all that, but I was a trooper. But here's looking under the bridge. It's a little hump over the bridge, so when you're driving down Outer Drive, if you go super fast, you get a bump, kind of like a roller coaster sensation. But don't go over the speed limit. Don't do that. But anyways, these are the things that were sticking. And yeah, nature. I was getting a little of that all today, but I want to make it up to ground street level. Here's the fire chief. I like his hat, and they got a ladder on the truck. So another look now right here. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to have a nature trail? Run that all the way through. People that want to take a break on their lunch. And you can get here by bus, the Smart Bus. So we'll take a look at the route map. And it starts way down here at Southland, Eureka over by the Meyer and Targets. Heads north up Telegraph. And then right over here does a little jog over to Outer Drive. And then it gets back on at Cherry Hill. Heads north and makes it all the way to the McLaren Medical Center. I believe that's in Pontiac. Bloomfield Town Square. So that's the 275 route. And here's Westbourne. Dearborn's kind of got like 3 parts. It's got Eastbourne, it's got Westbourne, and then it's got its middle cultural section with the performance arts complex, and they got Ford Motor in there. And they got, the Greenfield Village and Henry Ford Museum and the like. But here, yeah, you can even take the fast bus, which is frequent, affordable, safe transit. But here, the Michigan Avenue line, the fast one, is 261. It'll start downtown, and then it will go all the way to the McNamara Terminal, Metro Airport. So you can get to the airport from here. Wowee. All right. I ordered my Tubby sandwich, but Village Ford always gets seasonal. So they had I think it was a big pumpkin they had for Halloween, if I'm not mistaken. Karcher Insurance. Back in the day when I was a glazer, worked construction, I cut these frames and installed the glass and the doorways. So it's holding up good. But that was like 30 years ago. Miller's Bar, I like their neon sign across the way of Bob Evans. And yeah, so they'll have the turkey up here through Thanksgiving, and then I don't know, it might be Santa Claus that pops up for the holidays. Ooh, you can get an XXXL. I got the regular size, 1968. The Thrill of the Grill. All right, so I got some fine dining to do. I'm going to take that home with me. Okay. And then I slept well, had a busy day. Okay. Now we'll listen in on me talking a little bit. If this comes out, I need a camera person. Hello and welcome to the finishing portion of Motor Capital here. I'm going to do a promotion for the holiday train, which is going to roll into town this coming Saturday, November 30th. Let me get back to that. Yeah, and I need to take that date and time down. That was right all over my face. This was not planned out too good, but yeah. Oh, well. I've been doing this for 24 years, but it looks like I just started yesterday, right? This is pretty bad. It's halftime now. The Lions are losing 13-6. And I like to think when all three major football teams can win in a weekend, that's like a awesome weekend. And it hasn't happened yet where the Lions have won, the Spartans, and the Wolverines have all won in the same weekend. The second week of the year, the Lions tied, and the Spartans and Wolverines won, but that doesn't count. That tie doesn't count. But so far, this particular weekend, I'm doing this November 24th. The Spartans and the Wolverines won yesterday on November 23rd. So if the Lions can beat Washington, and they should be able to, the Washington Redskins are only 1-9, but it's the Lions, so we don't know. So this has the makings of being an awesome weekend if all three teams can win, but it's the Lions, so you never know. I'm just kidding. I really am. I don't live and die with the Lions for sure. You can't. Otherwise, I would have thrown many a brick through the TV screen. It's frustrating. It's run by Canadian Pacific Railway. So that's their gig, and they have two trains. They both start in Montreal. One goes through Canada, goes all the way to Vancouver, and another one comes through Ontario all the way to Windsor, and then it's going to take the Detroit River Tunnel and go through Michigan, and then go to Chicago, and then go through Iowa and Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then head back into Canada. But Canadian Pacific Railway does not own the rail line in Michigan, so there's an issue as to whether they're going to have their holiday lights on when they roll through Michigan. That was the big question last year. But they did last year. That was the first year that I saw the holiday train, and it was awesome. I mean, if you're a big kid at heart, and I am, and I love the holiday season, I thought this was just fantastic. Anyways, you can go to det.com, and right at the top I have a link from the show I did last year that shows what the holiday train is, and it's about 10 rail cars. They do it all up with lights. What's going to happen is the holiday train will roll into Windsor at 5. I wrote this down. It arrives at 5:20 in Windsor, and I'm going to show a map of that. They have a band performance from 6 to 6:30. One of the rail cars, it'll lower down the side of the car, and that makes a stage for them. So the band will perform to an audience for that half hour. Then it lifts back up. They back into the rail yard. They unload the band's equipment and get all their custom paperwork together. And then they take the Detroit River Tunnel, and they'll come through Detroit. So Oh, geez, okay, check mark, whatever. I'm hoping that they have their lights on and in Detroit so we can watch this. That is the main thing. Anyways, here's a map of Detroit, and I'm going to zoom in on this, but this is the Detroit River Tunnel. Here's downtown Detroit. Here would be downtown Windsor. This here is the Detroit River Tunnel, which the trains will use. So I have video of the train actually entering in Windsor and going through the tunnel. Now, this year I want to get some video of the train as it makes its way through Detroit. I believe it's going to take this route. It's going to go over the Rouge River and then go through the city of Melvindale. I got the big tire here marked, and then continue on through Taylor and so forth. So we're going to see if we can't track this train and monitor its progress. My good friend Steve Fry is going to be over here by the big tire, and he's going to be shooting some videos. So in the next week or two, hopefully we have the video that I get from Windsor. Then hopefully I can get across the customs real quick, come across, and I want to get some video in Detroit. I'd love to get it behind the Michigan Central Depot, which is here. But I'll zoom in on this so you can see this. But I got it highlighted in yellow, and I'm going to try to catch it here, but if not, the second best bet is going to be here by the Rouge River, going over the Rouge River. There's a rail. Oh, this is horrible. I wanted to show the maps a whole lot better, and I'm just rattling on here, and I should zoom in better. I could have used a camera person here, but Zoom in a little bit here. I have it highlighted in yellow, and it'd be nice if people can kind of, if they're familiar with that train, if they can kind of watch at a certain time. It's going to make it between Saturday, November 30th, probably between the hours of 8 and 10 p.m. Rail cars. You can't take a regular car in there. And then that green space at the top is the Michigan Central Depot. So right here is the depot. So behind here, it might not be that easy to view. The train comes up from the tunnel right about in this area. So it'll be ready for viewing, and it'll head down the path there. All right, and then it'll go down here, cross the Rouge River Bridge. There's the big tire with the circle on it, and then it goes through the city of Taylor. And so, yeah, get a map out and look at this. Last year, the train went through the Detroit River Tunnel on the Windsor side at like 8:51 p.m. And so it's going to be probably in Detroit around 9 p.m., but I wouldn't want to say for sure. Last year's show, and you'll get an idea. But it's a kid-friendly event, lots of fun, the music and all that kit and caboodle. Folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Good night. Okay, yeah. So if you want to stake out the deal, do it if you can. Okay, it's probably going to arrive between 8 and 10. Good night, everybody.